If you're at all familiar with the Sonic franchise, you know about Sonic 06. Notoriously bad, hilariously glitchy, narratively questionable. And while I hesitate to call this the most noteworthy, you definitely know about the loading screens. Recently, I was watching the Silver campaign for the first time, and they decided to take on an added challenge. How far could they get in Sonic Adventure 2 while waiting for Sonic 06 to load? Lo and behold, they actually ended up finishing the hero story during all of Sonic 06's loading screens. So once I finished watching the Silver campaign, I wondered, could I read an entire book during the full runtime of every loading screen in Sonic 06? Now, before we get started, let's set the parameters. I'll be using a compilation of loading screens from the Game Grumps playthrough of Sonic 06, which clocks in at 1 hour, 57 minutes, and about 49 seconds. I know they never completed their Sonic 06 playthrough, but I feel that that's a good enough baseline to see if I could finish at least a book during all that loading screen time. I also want to caveat that I'm not the fastest reader, so to give myself a fighting chance, I decided to go with a shorter book. I'm a little late to the party on this particular book, but I decided to go with This Is How You Lose the Time War, clocking in at just under 200 pages, so I genuinely think I might have a chance. With all that out of the way, let's see how I do. I've got the loading screens running. I've got my book ready to go. Let's see who wins. I am just about to hit the 40-minute mark, and I am at page 30. I don't think that says good things about my prospects, but we're gonna keep powering through. Checking in again at the hour-and-a-half mark, and I am on page 67, which is pretty slow even by my standards, but the thing is, I wasn't really anticipating how much I would like This Is How You Lose the Time War. I've been going back, rereading things, double reading things that really resonate with me, and as many other people have said, this book is really great, very wonderfully well written, very beautiful, very poetic, so I am kind of savoring it. I'm not speed running through it, which maybe undermines the challenge of what I was going for a little bit, but I'm having fun reading, and that matters a lot more to me. So, at 1 hour and 57 minutes and some change, I made it to page 89, accounting for a little bit of backtracking, rereading, slow rumination on words and such. So, was I able to finish a full book during all of Sonic 06's loading screens? No. But did I make a decent amount of a dent into a very small book? Yes. I did say up front I'm not the fastest reader. And again, I acknowledge that I did spend some time doubling back, rereading things, just letting the poetry of the book settle into my mind, which is probably not in the spirit of a speed reading challenge, but I read for the fun of it, not for the speed of it. So if I didn't exactly knock out an entire book in 2 hours, I'm fine with that. But I do want to give this another try, just to see if it's possible. So let's update the parameters for this next round. Instead of a book, I'll be reading manga. Instead of a new book, I'll be rereading an old favorite of mine. I actually just started a reread of Blue Lock recently, so I'll be making my way through Volume 2, and maybe more, we'll see. Hopefully, all of this added together will give me the best possible chance of finishing reading something during all these loading screens. I have the loading screens going. I've got Blue Lock this time, so hopefully it's a little faster to read manga than a book, but we'll see. First check-in at 30 minutes, and I'm already about halfway through. Blue Lock doesn't have page numbers, so I'm estimating, but just judging by where the spine is, about halfway through, so much better progress this time. At the 50-minute mark of all of these loading screens, I managed to finish all of Blue Lock Volume 2. So, I'm going to keep pushing my luck and see if I can get through Volume 3. Checking in at the hour-and-a-half mark, and I just finished Volume 3. I think it's really helping me that I've read these before, and also that Blue Lock in general is just so action-packed and so intense. I'm just flying through it. I have been doing a little bit of double backing and rereading, especially in Volume 3 when the twist happens, if you know, you know. But let me see how far I can get into Volume 4. Final check-in at just under 2 hours of Sonic 06 loading screens. I managed to get through Volume 2, Volume 3, and most of Volume 4. I also realized that I wasn't talking a lot about the actual story when I did my check-ins, and I also did fewer check-ins. That's mainly because I was really getting into the story of Blue Lock. It's one of my favorite sports manga. It's one of my favorite manga. I love that because it's made with the Japanese Football Association, that it has a lot of references to real-life soccer. I'm just a huge soccer fan, so I could nerd out about that for ages. But all that is to say, I think it's partly because I love this story, partly because I have read it before, so I do know a lot of what happens, and I was really able to get a lot done during the Sonic 06 loading screens. I flew past Blue Lock. Again, I definitely think it helped that I've read these before, and it's so fast-paced and action-packed that I really felt myself wanting to fly by just to see what happened next. So, what is there to learn from this? Maybe if you have to play Sonic 06, bring something to read? I don't know. Honestly, I thought this entire premise was silly, and I wanted to challenge myself to do this because I thought it would be funny. And to me at least, it was. And I did make some good headway into This Is How You Lose the Time War, which is a very enjoyable book, and I will definitely be finishing it very soon, even if it takes me longer than 2 hours. Thanks so much for watching. Bye! Oh, he's finding the Chaos Emerald. Do you think he's gonna find that damn fourth one?